Hi, in this video, we will discuss the Field Properties panel and the options it offers in Astera ReportMiner. But first, let us briefly discuss the concept of data fields. A data field is the specific data point containing useful information within a data region. Data fields, together with data regions, make up the template for extracting information from unstructured source files. Let's look at the source file, which contains information on different printing services, their contact person's name, and their address. Here, we have created a data region by specifying account as the pattern. Next, we have set the region and type as another region starts. After creating the data region, the next step is to create data fields. We can create the first field, account name, by highlighting the name of the first field on the designer, right-clicking on it, and selecting the first option, Add Data Field. As soon as we create the field, a Field Properties window appears on the right. Here, we can rename the field by typing an appropriate name in the Name text box. We will call this field account_name. We can determine the position of the field by using the icons at the top. We can move the field markers left or right, decrease or increase the field length by one character at a time, or auto-determine its length. As you can see, the auto-determine field length option helped us capture the data in the account name field completely. We can go back to the general section and check other options here. The data type drop-down provides the option to specify the data type of the field, such as string, real, date, etc. It is automatically set to string since the field contains text only. Format allows a user to change the format of a date field. Composite Type resolves the composite fields such as a full address or full name into parsed components. Value if null performs an action in cases where the extracted field value is null. Next, we have the Remove section with additional options to clean the extracted data. We can select any of these checkboxes to remove any extra blank or non-blank characters, such as text qualifiers or punctuation marks. The leading and trailing spaces checkboxes are checked by default, removing any blank characters before or after our desired data. We can also remove any specific strings. When we check this option, a text box appears where we can type the string we want to remove. In this case, since we already know these accounts are for printing companies, let's remove the string printing from the account name by typing it in the text box. Let's preview the data. As you can see, the string printing has been removed from the last two fields. Now, let's create a field to extract the names of the contact person for each account. Select the data on the designer and add a new field. Let's rename the field to contact_person. The start position is set to fixed, which is not the case in the source file. The start position of data in this field varies for each record. To fix this, we can use the follow string in current line option from the start position dropdown. A text box will appear. Here, type the string contact to define the start position of this field. Now, the field starts directly after the keyword contact with all capital letters is found. Notice that the contact person's name in the second record is not captured. This is because the search is case sensitive, as the case sensitive checkbox is selected, and the keyword on line 8 is in title case instead of all capital letters. We'll have to uncheck the case sensitive checkbox to capture the field on line 8. The final thing to do in order to capture this field completely is to set the length of the field. Right now, the length is set to 10 characters. There are other options available in the length drop-down. From these, we will select till the end of line option. Let's preview the data to see if the fields have been extracted correctly so far. The contact person for the FiltX service is missing. Let's go back to the designer and see why that is. The contact person's name here follows the string agent. To extract this field, we can specify another string, agent, separated by a comma in the text box in the start position section. Make sure there are no extra spaces in the text box. We can also specify a regular expression instead of a string to define the start position of a field. For now, we will stick to strings. Notice that the case-sensitive and regular expressions options are only enabled when the selected start position is either follow string in the current line or follow string in the previous line. Both options are applicable on the string specified in the text box. Finally, we will create the address field using the same method. The only difference here would be that the start position will follow string in previous line. We can set line count of the row to 2, or end the height at a blank row, or end at a row with first blank character. You can visit the documentation site or click on the link in the description for a detailed explanation of the options present in the field properties panel. Lastly, you can also reorder the field position in the model layout by dragging and dropping according to your requirement. So, this was all about using the various options present in the field properties panel. Thank you for watching this video.